In September of 2025, a 61-year-old retired police officer named Larry Bushart logged onto Facebook and posted a meme. It's just a meme. The meme had a picture of Donald Trump with a quote underneath it, and the quote was Donald Trump's own words. Words that he spoke in 2024 after a school shooting at Iowa's Perry High School. Quote, "We have to get over it." Bushart added his own caption above it saying, "This seems relevant today." And so normally I'd expect to get a few likes and some outraged MAGA types losing what's left of their mind if I posted a meme like that. But for Larry, for posting a Donald Trump quote underneath a Donald Trump picture, Larry spent 37 days in jail. And on Wednesday of this week, the state of Tennessee paid him $835,000. This all happened in the post-Charlie Kirk climate in America, where Trump quotes and Trump's people will lock you up for simply quoting Donald Trump. Dorito Donald's free speech paradise. And after Charlie Kirk's death, Larry Bushart, who lives in Tennessee, posted a series of Facebook memes that criticized Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA. And the one that got him arrested was the Trump "we have to get over it" quote, timed to where it essentially applied to the Kirk shooting. And somehow, in classic leap in logic, the Perry County Sheriff Nick Weems decided that meme was a threat to a local school, the Perry County High School in Tennessee, which, by the way, is a totally different school than the one in Iowa that Donald Trump was originally telling you to get over. And that sheriff later admitted that he knew that Bushart's meme referred to the Iowa school, not the school in Perry. Yet that sheriff arrested him anyway and set the bail at $2 million for a meme. Bushart sat in jail for 37 days because he couldn't pay a $2 million bond for posting one of Donald Trump's quotes. He missed his wedding anniversary. He missed the birth of his granddaughter. He lost his post-retirement job, and then predictably, the charge was eventually dropped in October. And I can't stop thinking about this fact here. Larry Bushart is a retired cop. The Perry County Sheriff threw a fellow cop in jail for 37 days because he dared post Donald Trump's own words next to Donald Trump's own face. They jailed an officer for quoting the president that they pretend to worship. The cognitive dissonance required to do that should generate enough energy to power Knoxville for an entire month. So of course, Bushart sued. The case was an obvious First Amendment slam dunk. And Perry County, watching one of the most embarrassing defendant fact patterns in modern court history, settled for $835,000 of taxpayer money. And that taxpayer money is now going to a guy because the sheriff in their county decided that Donald Trump's own words were too dangerous to quote on Facebook. Larry did say in a statement that he's pleased that his First Amendment rights have been vindicated, that the people's freedom to participate in civil discourse is crucial to a healthy democracy. The man sounds like a Saturday Evening Post cover story. But wasn't that Charlie Kirk's whole shtick? That he was protected by the First Amendment when he disingenuously debated college kids? And then he went out to say all that racist stuff? But that sort of thinking cost the taxpayers in Tennessee $835,000 just to learn that the First Amendment exists. And Bushart, he's not alone. Monica Meeks, a lifelong Tennessee public servant, she was fired by the state of Tennessee for another Facebook post criticizing Charlie Kirk. A professor was fired for citing Kirk's own words on gun violence. Not opinions, not commentary, just quoting Charlie Kirk back to Charlie Kirk's fans. Got fired. Meanwhile, the State Department under Marco Rubio has instructed officials to monitor social media posts that celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. And the government wants to identify the authors. You have a U.S. government surveillance program against private American free speech about a private American. There is a federal scale speech crackdown happening in this country against people for sharing their opinions about a guy who built his entire brand on saying, quote, every group has a right to be offensive. There's a reason the First Amendment is first. It's not because our founders thought that hate speech was great. It's because they had just spent an entire war watching a king lock up people for saying mean things about the king. And they said never again. And yet here we are, 37 days in a Tennessee jail cell because Larry Bushart quoted Donald Trump, who wants to be king, at a sheriff who loves Donald Trump. $835,000 later, we've got a reminder. Free speech isn't free if you've got to pay bail to enjoy it. And Donald Trump and his goons think that that sort of speech is dangerous. Just like the algorithm here thinks that some of the things we say are dangerous. That's why I need you to sound off in the comments. Do me a favor and let the algorithm know that we are not going to shut up.